Picture this, it's the dying seconds of a Champions League final. The striker bursts through on goal, the crowd holds its breath, and suddenly the goalkeeper isn't standing frozen on his line. He charges 30 yards out, cuts the danger off like a defender, and in a single sweeping motion, launches a counterattack that wins the match. This isn't the old idea of a goalkeeper, this is the modern football revolution. But how did the men in gloves go from static shot stoppers to tactical masterminds? Let's dive in. Football has always celebrated its legends between the posts. Lev Yashin, Gordon Banks, Peter Schmeichel. But the role they played would look alien to a modern fan. Back then, the job was brutally simple. Protect the goal line, catch crosses, and boot the ball as far as possible. Goalkeepers were treated almost as outsiders, the odd ones out who weren't really footballers. But all of that was about to change with one of the most underrated rule changes in the history of the sport. In 1992, the back pass rule was introduced, and football was never the same. Suddenly, goalkeepers couldn't just pick up a ball deliberately passed to them by a teammate. The safety net vanished overnight. For the first time, keepers had to actually use their feet under pressure. It was a shockwave through the sport, the beginning of the end for the old-school keeper and the birth of the modern sweeper keeper. What was once a position defined by reflex saves and aerial dominance was now becoming about composure, vision, and technical skill. And then came Manuel Neuer, the man who didn't just adapt to the change but redefined it. Watching him for Germany in the 2014 World Cup was like seeing a goalkeeper and an outfield defender fused into one. He sprinted off his line, cleared danger with ease, and distributed passes with the calmness of a seasoned midfielder. Suddenly, young goalkeepers around the world weren't being told, just save the ball. They were being told, control the game. Managers saw this evolution and ran with it. Pep Guardiola, obsessed with possession and control, demanded keepers who could play like outfielders. At Barcelona, Victor Valdés quietly became a critical part of tiki-taka. At Manchester City, Ederson turned goalkeeping into an art of long-range passing, slicing open defenses with a single 70-yard strike that lands on a striker's foot like magic. Today, when scouts look for goalkeepers, it isn't just about who can dive the furthest, it's about who can think the fastest. Look at Alisson Becker at Liverpool. He doesn't just save, he dictates the rhythm of Klopp's counter-attacking system. One calm touch, one daring pass, and Liverpool go from being pressed in their own box to scoring in seconds. Or consider Andre Onana, brought into Manchester United not just for his saves, but because he plays like an extra center back, enabling a high line and smoother build-up. Modern goalkeepers aren't the last line of defense anymore. They're the launch pad for attack. And the craziest part? This evolution is still just beginning. Analysts believe the next generation of keepers will step even further into midfield roles during possession, effectively turning football into an 11 outfield player sport. We're already seeing glimpses of it. Neuer and Ederson casually holding positions 30 yards up the pitch, Ter Stegen dictating play as if he's a deep-lying playmaker. Youth academies are now training kids with gloves to dribble, pass, and press as if they were midfielders. The very definition of a goalkeeper is being rewritten before our eyes. So think about that the next time you watch a match. That quiet figure in goal isn't just waiting to make a save. He might be the one shaping the entire flow of the game. From being isolated guardians of the net to becoming tactical architects, goalkeepers have transformed football forever. And here's the big question: if the last 30 years turned keepers into playmakers, what will the next 30 bring? Could we one day see a goalkeeper running midfield, or even regularly scoring goals? Whatever the answer, one thing is clear: the days of the passive shot stopper are gone. The goalkeeper is no longer just protecting the game, he is changing the game. Thanks for watching. If this deep dive into the evolution of football's most misunderstood position got you thinking, smash that like button, drop your wildest prediction about the future of goalkeeping in the comments, and subscribe for more. Until next time, never take your eyes off the keeper, because he might just be the most dangerous player